Hey Dilettanters, as has been noted by many prestigious historians throughout the ages, it is Friday! I didn't have a lisp until I started talking just then, but I guess that's how lisps work. Quick bit of news before I start talking. I'm going to be going up country at the end of next month, which is what Cornish people say when they mean somewhere that's not Cornwall. I might be going where near Kat lives, so I might be able to meet up with Kat, and that'll be cool. It'll be the Dilettanters in real life again. And then the only people I won't have met in the Dilettanters will be Jenna and Zoe, and our super special new person who's coming on tomorrow, who is Talia, who's like my best friend, and she's Australian and amazing and cool. So I'll put a link to her channel down below so you can go get ready for the kind of quality entertainment that she will provide, and you will do it, Talia. You will. Don't worry, I'm just joking, just do whatever. That's what this channel's about. Anyway, the afterlife and ghosts, as has came into this. I didn't intend for it to be about ghosts. Like, I just thought the afterlife would be when people die, but that has spawned out of it, so I might not talk about that too much because I don't know that much about ghosts. Personally, I believe that there isn't an afterlife because I don't believe there's a god or anything that would create an afterlife. Like, I don't think there's any sort of other world for us to pass into, because I don't believe we have souls, or really that we exist, of course, but I mean, we're just sort of coincidence. We don't really sort of, me, Callum Olds, I don't really exist in a sort of spiritual form. There wouldn't be part of me left if I died, or there would be nowhere for me to go, because I'm just like electricity that sort of spins around and eats lots of granola bars and stuff like that. I don't think that there's an afterlife, and I think it's more important for you to focus on what you're doing now and the people you're with now and how you affect them and what you'll leave them with when you die. I think it's more important if you just like do what you want as long as you're not hurting anyone than like spend all your life worrying about the afterlife, because dying is pretty much the only thing that you know for certain in life. So really, it's a fact that's not going to change, and you're never going to change it. And so you get at least some life, and if you're watching this now, you've probably had like at least, what, 13, 14 years of life? That's a good period of time. You might have had, it might not have been great so far, but at least you've had a life, you know. I think any life is pretty decent. So don't be scared of death. Just think of the people you love and the people who love you and what you'll leave behind with them. And that is pretty much the most comforting thing that you can do. Sure, you can believe in an afterlife and in a god if you want to. That's fine. I just mean, if you're going to believe in that, you should also put aside time to think about the things that I've talked about, like what we know is real, not just what you believe in. If this is really real. So, ghosts. The third part of the video. I don't believe in ghosts because they're kind of silly. I don't believe that people have souls so they couldn't come back. I don't think there's anywhere we go, and I don't think that there's no reason why they would. Like, when a person dies, their brain stops and the energy dissipates. Like, how would there be ghosts? How can they not be seen, and how can they pass through things? It's like, doesn't make any sense. How would they be preserved? How would they not age? They violate the laws of thermodynamics, I think. So they basically just don't work. I think that the ghost story is an interesting thing, and we all like being scared, and everyone's got a ghost story, and it's kind of cool. And like, even if you're like me and you're a rational thinker and you think ghosts don't exist, like, a good ghost story can still scare you. And if you think about ghosts like rationally, it's way more likely that you're hallucinating than when people die. They have a soul which comes back from the dead in some form that they might not be aware of and does things to the living, which would also necessitate a separate realm for the dead. So just think about that as compared to the human mind hallucinating or playing tricks on itself, which it does all the time, and also that you've been probably indoctrinated and told about ghost stories your whole life. So you're pretty, even if you don't openly think, yeah, ghosts exist, ghosts don't exist, you've probably got it like lingering somewhere in your sub or unconscious, so it will be there somewhere. And like, you might see something like that is a little bit unusual, or you might hear something, and then your brain will think, what can this be? I don't have any idea what this could be. Let's make it into a ghost. And then once you've thought of the idea of the ghost, even if it's not in your conscious, you'll probably perceive it to be a ghost. Yeah, this has been pretty rambly, and it's much easier to explain these things in text and when you can actually talk to somebody, but that's about as good as you're getting. So, yeah, Talia, I'll see you tomorrow. DFTBA.